During this time of social distancing, many of us have had to change how we operate, making sacrifices for the greater good of all. A lot of people talk about COVID-19 as a silent enemy, a hidden danger, and it's similar with hunger. Amid this crisis, we recognize the need to feed those around us, to help them get that next meal. That's why we're glad to show our support today for local groups like DC's Miriam's Kitchen. And today we're joined by Mei Powers, Chief Development Officer for Miriam's Kitchen. Mei, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And Mei, I think it's almost become a sport showcasing your bookcase during these social distancing times. I'm glad to see we're both putting our books on display.
Trying to stay well read during all of this.
Absolutely. At least that's one advice we can give to people, that during social distancing times, maybe it is a good time also to read that book you never got around to reading before.
Yes.
Now, we wanted to talk to you a little bit more about Miriam's Kitchen. We at the EU have been glad to have staff volunteer with Miriam's Kitchen in the past before this crisis. But for those not familiar with your kitchen and your operation, can you briefly share with us what you do?
Yeah, so the mission of Miriam's Kitchen is to end chronic and veteran homelessness in Washington, D.C. We have about 1,500 people who are experiencing chronic homelessness in Washington. And what Miriam's Kitchen does is to provide direct services like meals, case management, street outreach, and we also help house people and help them stay housed. But we also have an advocacy team to help make sure we are trying to fix the systems that are making populations more vulnerable to homelessness and make it harder for them to escape it. So we are working on multiple fronts to serve our neighbors who are living outside.
And of course, now with the pandemic, I would imagine that the need is even greater. How has the situation changed these past few weeks for Miriam's Kitchen?
Yes, so our guests experiencing homelessness were already in vulnerable situations. And the basic protocols to wash your hands or stay at home when you're sick, our guests are unable to do that. And so closing was not an option for us. And even, the needs of our guests are greater, as you mentioned. So we continue to serve meals. It's the number one priority for our guests across all programs. And so we're doing that in our, new dining rooms that are stationed outside instead of inside. We canceled volunteer shifts, so we miss our volunteers greatly, but we just felt that it was necessary to keep everyone safe. And we're doing things to providing meals through our street outreach team and giving grocery bags and essentials to our residents who are housed. So we're providing about 350 meals a day and continue to support our guests in the many ways that they need us right now.
And you mentioned, of course, you have canceled volunteers, but I'm sure there are ways our viewers can still help. So how can they help Miriam's Kitchen?
Yeah, so a great physical distancing appropriate way to support our work right now is really to donate. And by donating, you are helping to provide, emergency supplies like masks, hand sanitizers to our frontline workers, as well as to our guests, as well as meals and more. And the way you can do that is by visiting our website at www.miriamskitchen.org, where you can donate and also just see more information on our frontline work and how we're responding to the crisis.
Okay, that sounds great, Mei. Thank you so much for joining us. And on behalf of the European Union here in DC, our sincere gratitude to all the staff and volunteers for the work you do at Miriam's Kitchen, reminding us of all the good that is out there.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.